Hey, what is up guys? My name is Oleg, this is Bond. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel and like the content, please subscribe. So GearBest.com representative have reached out to me and sent me two different watches in for review. I did an unboxing of one of the watches last week and now is the turn of the second watch. Now, if you don't know what GearBest.com is, it's basically a large retail website that sells all kinds of different things. They sell clothing, they sell electronics, cell phones, and most importantly, watches. So as I mentioned, I did the unboxing of the previous watch last week, and now is the turn of the second watch. In that video, if you remember, I asked you guys to make some predictions and kind of try to guess what watch I'm going to unbox this week. And some of you actually guessed it correctly. So let's get into it. Here's the watch box, obviously the box that the watch ships in. It's very similar to the box that I unboxed last week of the Guanqin Longines Classic Chronograph Homage. Now this one here actually arrived at the same time as that watch, but I decided to do two separate unboxings instead of doing it all in one video. I figured this way it gives more attention to one watch instead of just kind of taking anything away from a single watch. Okay, so let's open up the box here, and inside is very familiar to us. If you watched my last week's unboxing, you already know this is kind of an instruction manual. We also have this tiny microfiber cloth, and here's the watch. Wow. All right. So I went for this Guanqin. I'm not sure what the reference number is. Again, I'll have a link in the description below. This is a Nomos Lambda Homage. Wow. It's not as heavy as I thought it would be. It's it does feel pretty solid, but I honestly was expecting the watch to be a little bit heavier. Let's remove this plastic. Here's the watch with all the plastic removed. It looks pretty good. I am a big fan of this design. It looks very unique. Obviously not unique because this is a copy of Nomos, but unique in terms of just design. Doesn't look like many other watches that you see out and about. We have the sub-seconds hand at the bottom here, the date window, and we also have this power reserve indicator. This is actually my first watch that has a power reserve indicator. Of course, this is a fully automatic watch, and you can see the movement at the back. Oh, the rotor is actually fluid. It's not as tight as some of the other Chinese watches that I've reviewed on this channel. The mesh bracelet, it's pretty good. I'm actually a fan of mesh bracelets. I think they are perfect for summer, and they are very comfortable. I'll show you what this watch looks like on my wrist in a minute or so. We have a signed crown. So as always, I'll wear this watch on my wrist for 1 week straight, and I will do a full review in about a few weeks time. I'll give you the accuracy, some close-up shots, and some positives and some negatives. At the moment, nothing is really jumping out at me as a huge negative. I guess the only thing that I can notice right now, just my initial impressions, is the fact that the watch is kind of more light than I was expecting it to be. So this is not a very cheap Chinese watch. I mean, it still is cheap in a grand scheme of things, but not cheap in terms of if you compare it to other watches that are reviewed on this channel. So some of the watches that are reviewed were around $25, $20, some were even under $20. This one here, I believe right now is around $55, $60, something like that. So it's not a super expensive watch, but it's not as very cheap either. So it's kind of mid-tier, I guess. And for that price, I was expecting it to be a little bit more hefty. I mean, even if you compare it to this watch here, that's the one that I did unboxing of last week. This one feels a little bit heftier than this, and this one is on a metal mesh strap. So I guess that's kind of a negative, but I'm not sure if it is. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. That crystal distorts image, and I'm guessing they're full blue hands. I don't think they're actually blued by fire, because that's a very expensive and difficult process. And here's what the watch looks like on my 7¼ inch wrist. When I was holding the watch in my hand, it felt a little insignificant. It didn't feel as hefty. However, now wearing it on my wrist, it feels pretty comfortable. It has a all right weight to it. To be honest, I wish it was a little bit heavier, but I know it's a weird complaint to have about a watch. Yeah, so far pretty good. Again, I can't see anything crazy that jumps out at me in terms of negatives from this initial impression, but of course I'll do a full review in a few weeks time, and I'll point some things out, I'm sure. That was the unboxing of Guanquin Nomos Homage. I do like the watch. My feelings towards it are positive. I am excited to wear it on my wrist for 1 week straight. I'm excited to do a review in a few weeks time. Now, since I finished the unboxing portion of this video, I actually had a closer look at the watch, and I figured out why it kind of felt off in terms of the weight, in terms of the heft, and that's all because of that mesh bracelet. I generally do like mesh straps. I think they're very comfortable for summer. However, this one is not that great. So I'm gonna try to wear it on the leather strap as well as the mesh strap that was provided, and in a full review in a few weeks time, I'll tell you what my thoughts are. Appreciate you watching until the end. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about this specific Guanqin watch. I really love that design. That dial is so unlike anything else in my collection, and that's why I went for this specific watch. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.